Alright, there you go. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Gladys on Love. It's been a while since I last catch up with all of you. I have a new morning routine. So I drink my coffee and I come here to the plaza. It's so beautiful here. Look at that. Mm, so nice to be here. It's so nice to live in a place where you're very close to nature, and moving here from Cebu 2 years ago is such a great decision, and I'm happy to be here. It's been a while since our last catch up. I'm only doing my live stream once a month now because I've been busy with other projects as well, with other business. But I'm very happy that finally I am back and I'm able to engage with all of you. Let's have coffee. Well, we don't have. Let me see my mic. Okay, it's working. Hello, hello. If you're here in the chat, please. Hi, the art chairs. The art chairs. Good morning. Hello. Where are you watching from? If you can type it in the chat. It's you and me right now, for now. And for today's live stream, I actually want to talk about the poll that I post where I ask my audience to choose, like, if you're gonna hire a relationship coach, what would be, for what purpose? Is it for you to attract an ideal partner, or is it for you to heal, help you heal from the past relationship trauma that you've experienced, or maybe for you to deepen the intimacy within your relationship? So those are the three options that I ask, and majority of the vote are actually, they're looking for a coach to help them attract their ideal partner. So we're gonna tune into that and talk more about that. Skyline, good morning. Have a great day. Thank you so much. You too. Art Chris is from Canada. I am at the park. Art, this is just like 2 minutes away from my house, and this is my new routine now. I wake up early in the morning. I walk here in the plaza and have my cup of coffee, and it's so beautiful. I love it. I love to start my day with some connected with the nature and be in this open space, and then I take a shower and go and then start working at 9 or 10. So thank you for being here and for joining me as I do my live stream in this beautiful park. From Ireland, hello. What time is it in Ireland right now? HMMQ, how old are you? I am 28, will be 29 this year. Leveling up in age. The art chair, this is in Valencia, which is like, I would say 15-20 minutes away from Dumaguete. And we love it here because it's so, let me show you the, and that's a mountain right there. So beautiful. So nice. Hello, Niv. Oh my God, I cannot ask. I cannot pronounce your name, Jenny Nizivic. Your opinion on Saddam Hussein? No comment on him. I heard about his name, but I don't really know much about him other than, you know, being a terrorist or something. But I am not a good person to make any judgment because I don't know much about him. Give us a 360, which I just did. All right, let's see what other comments do we have here. Did I miss any? All right. Skyline, I miss your beautiful country. I have so many memories and amazing adventures. That's beautiful. When was the last time you were here in the Philippines, and which island did you visit? Hi, cheers. Valencia is such a nice town. I've seen the videos of the Sunday market. I would like to visit there. Yes, I love it here. And one of my favorite day is Sunday because of the Sunday morning market. It's really nice. It's a lot of food, produce, and so many people. It's a peaceful town, but there's aliveness in it, and it's so clean too. Like, you can see there's a lot of people who's actually keeping it clean. Oh, can you even see the people's cleaning? Oh, okay, not. But they have a basketball court. People here are so active when it comes to cycling. There's a tennis as well. And what we love to do every afternoon is we either play catch or frisbee. And they have a good frisbee player here in Valencia. All right, so let's talk about relationship, and is it important or is it a good idea to also have a relationship coach or have someone who you can talk to and guide you when it comes to your relationship? I'm curious to hear your thoughts about that because I get mixed comments from my friends or from people that I know. Some of them, they feel like they're not comfortable talking to a relationship coach because they're just not comfortable sharing their intimate situation or their intimate relationship and what's going on, especially if there's conflict that's happening. They don't even know how to express or talk about it. And for other people, they find it so valuable because sometimes when we're in a relationship, we're too entangled. And when we have fights with our partner, like, it's so easy to just default into blaming, accusing. But if we have another person who's unbiased between the two of you, they're able to give you a perspective that otherwise you wouldn't be able to see. So, pointing out the blind spots in the relationship. And other people as well who are single and want to attract a new partner or want to attract an ideal partner in their life, they just don't have an idea or feel shy to reach out to a relationship coach or just don't think it's valuable enough. Like, they think that, okay, I've been into a relationship in the past. I'm old enough. I know what to do. And some other people, they would come to a relationship coach because they feel like there's so much more to learn and they would love to have someone who actually understand the psychology, the dynamic, and would love to be guided so that they don't waste their time and they'll be able to attract better people in their life and potential partners in their life as well. So again, I'm getting a lot of different comments and thoughts, and I'm curious about all of you. What are your thoughts in having a relationship coach to help you either attract that ideal partner or maybe help you heal from the pain and hurt and the past trauma that caused by your previous relationship? Or if you're in a relationship right now and you're having some challenges, maybe having connection or being intimate, and do you think having a relationship coach would be ideal or a good idea to help you out? I'm curious about your thoughts, and if you can share that in a comment, I'd love to hear what you guys think about the topic. Let me read some of the comments. HMMQ, yeah, beautiful view because I love you. Indeed, it's such a beautiful place here, and I'm so grateful to be living here. Skyline 2023. You were here in 2023. You went to Panglao, Henan Resort, hired a car, and was driving all over Bohol. It was also amazing. Also Dumaguete for 4 nights and all over Cebu. Wow, you've choose a nice destination. Those are good places. I'm happy that you're able to also visit here in Dumaguete. I'm originally from Cebu, and then we moved here 2 years ago because Cebu is getting busy as well, and we wanted to be more peaceful. And when we want to be in nature, it's just a walk away. So in Cebu, it's really hard to find that. The R chairs, I think talking it out with friends, if you have issues with your partner, I would not really trust a professional. Why? I'm curious. Why not trusting professional in that area? But I love the idea of confiding or talking to a trusted friend. I think that's really a good idea, because sometimes we have some challenges within our relationship and we don't really need advice normally because we know already what is the best thing. But for us to be able to think from a clear head, it's important for us to be able to just voice it out, verbally process what we're feeling and what's going through. And if we're just doing it on our own, we cannot hear ourselves, and we would look crazy if we're talking out loud and then there's no one listening. So if you have a trusted friend who can actually hold space for you to process and verbally process what's the emotion, what the feeling that you're going through, then that's really helpful. The thing is, these days it's hard to find that trusted friend, and most often people that when we're having some challenges and we talk to a friend, not much people know what active listening is. Sometimes they're like listening, but they're so eager to respond to you, and the response is based on their own filter, based on the problems that they're also going through, and then projecting some of that to you. So instead of being helpful, it become more detrimental. And sometimes, when we express our challenges to our friends, they jump right away into advising mode. And for me, that's pretty annoying, because most of the time, if I'm struggling, I just want someone to listen and to empathize and really to just allow me into that hurt moment, allow me to express how I feel, and just be compassionate with me and ask a lot of questions. But thank you so much, our chair, for sharing that. I'm curious. Again, I'm curious. What is it about professional that you don't trust? And do you have a friend that you can confide to? If so, that's really amazing. Skyline, I agree with 100%. Cebu is too busy now. Different life in Bohol, more relaxed, easygoing, and beauty. Yep, that is true. Cebu is like kind of competing with Manila already. It's getting so busy and chaotic. Nevertheless, I still love Cebu. Here and there, I like to visit Cebu. My family are in Cebu. Oh. Also, being in a park and being outside helps me a lot when it comes to clearing my head. I love starting my morning with journaling. And for those of you who are interested in journaling and don't know how to start, I actually have a very good prompt that I learned as well. But just asking yourself, what energize you? So reflecting on your previous day, or maybe if you journal in the evening, reflecting on the day, your day, and asking yourself, oh, what energized me today? What did energize me? That kind of question. And let me just reflect, what energized me yesterday? Taking a nap. Taking a nap helped me be energized, especially in a long day, because I usually work from 9 till 4. But yesterday I worked 9 till 4, and then I took a break and then work again from 8 till 9. Yes. Now, when you're running your own business, sometimes you can work all day long, and even when you're already laying in bed, you're still thinking. It's still part of the work. It's so hard to really, you know, turn the work mode off. So I need to really make sure that I time block a time and set boundaries around those times to make sure that I decompress and relax and take my mind off work so that I can fully relax. And it helps me to do journaling in the morning so that I can just be ready before I jump into work. I can just think of, reflecting on my day, how can I show up better, stuff like that. Let's hear some comments here. The art shares, perhaps if the professional was recommended by a doctor who I knew and respected, then I would consider seeing the recommended professional. It's just that relationship are highly personal. Totally, totally hear you on that. I think it's very important to really be talking with someone who you know you can trust. Trust is very important. Thank you, our chair, for sharing that. And curious about all of you, like again, if you would consider having a relationship coach, what would that relationship, what would be the purpose for that? And have you even thought of hiring one? Curious to hear your thoughts. And for those who are new, if you haven't shared where you guys are watching me from, please share that in the comment. And what time is it in your end? Here it's pretty early. I think it's past 7 right now in the morning. I love waking up. I want to wake up earlier, like 5:30, so I can watch the sunrise. But lately I've been waking up at 6 or 6:30. I wish to wake up earlier. I am mostly a morning person. That's a really good question you just asked. An energized our day. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good prompt. And the more you do it, and when you review your journal, you can actually, it gives you a lot of awareness as to what is it that you like, what really energizes you, what fuels you. And for me, taking a break from my busy schedule really helps. That's one thing that I notice that energizes me. Taking a nap, that really helps in the middle of the day, just to cut the busyness. And also talking to people, having that connection with the people that I love is also something that energizes me. When Eli and I, my partner, have our early morning coffee and we connect, we talk, we share vulnerably how we feel, or we share the wins from our day and the challenges that we're also going through, and be able to be there for each other. Those are the kind of conversation that really fuels me, that really energizes me. And this, being able to engage with all of you, being able to talk, it's something that really energizes me as well. So thank you everyone for being here and for connecting with me. It fuels me so much. And another thing that because there's three questions that I ask every morning. Another one is what drains me? What actually drains your energy? And again, it's a good question to ask so you can see the pattern and in the future you'll be able to avoid those type of things. Ah, hmm. I was just looking at February 27, 2025 and also February 28. What drains me is not being able to focus and having an unclear conversation. Like sometimes when you're talking with people and they're saying something but they're not saying it direct to the point, they're going all over but never to what they actually want. And it really drains me because it's so hard to listen and then not getting it. Like, hey, what is it that you really want? Okay, you're expressing that you're annoyed, you're not satisfied, you're unhappy. So what is it that you want? How can I help you? How can I support you? So I always prefer if you just go straight to the point that, hey, I want you to pay more attention to me, or hey, I want you to do this for me. That way, I'm able to actually respond pretty quickly. Otherwise, I would have to assume and guess, and it's just a waste of energy. February 28th, what drains me? Canva designs and also, again, misalignment when it comes to communication. I'm co-founding a social enterprise where our goal is to really help and develop more emerging leaders here in the Philippines. And we are a small team, and sometimes I have to do graphic designs. I can do it. I'm getting better at it, but oh my god, it's not my strong suit. I don't want to do it. I prefer to just, engage with a client or to network, but not design. It really drains me. So those were the two question, what energizes you and what drains you. Those are the prompt question that I usually ask in the morning when I do my journal. Those are my journal prompt. And I also like to ask those questions with Eli. Sometimes after my journal, I also check in on him and see, hey, what energized you yesterday and what is it that drains you as well. The art share, journaling can be a good tool to use. I see you do this as well, writing down what matters and checking it out as life goes along. Also using the journal if you have a life coach to talk to. Totally, journaling is a lifesaver. And sometimes when you don't have a coach and you don't have a friend that's available to talk to in the moment, journaling is very helpful because you're able to write down, you're able to pour your hearts out from pen to paper, and you're able to observe yourself and the words that's coming out of you while you're writing. And there's such a healing or very good feeling out of that. And it's been so helpful for me to just be out of my head and actually into what I'm writing and observing myself at the same time as I'm going through a challenging moment. So it's definitely a very good idea. And yes, totally, if you're talking to a coach, I do relationship coaching. That's why I started this topic because I'm curious, what holds people back from reaching out to a coach, and what are the topics or what is it that their people most likely want to talk about when they're reaching out to a coach. Because for me, when I coach my client, I always suggest for them to have a journal, and every after session I gave them questions to reflect on and to journal it out. And lastly, what surprised me? I asked that question. So again, what energized me, what drains me, and what surprised me in my day. What surprised me? Let's see. Uh, what surprised me February 28th is the workshop that I did. The audience there was not engaged at all. They were not even turning their camera, but I'm surprised how I was able to still show up better. I think years, you know, in the past, I would probably feel so bad and maybe not able to continue because, the audience are not engaging and it's like a dead audience. But I'm very happy and I was surprised that I was able to continue with the same energy and excitement as I go through a 1 hour and a half workshop. And I think it really helped to that I've been doing a live stream in YouTube. Though all of you guys are very engaging in a chat. The workshop I did last time, there was none. I was like, hey, people, give me some emojis, some hearts. If you're there and if you're listening, that it was a good experience. Quite surprising. What else did surprise me? Let's see. Let's look at previous journal prompts. I guess I didn't use this journal. From February 18, I was pretty surprised when I was talking to a friend of mine. Speaking of confiding and talking to a friend, I was having challenges in my relationship at the time, or I was feeling disconnected with my partner. And I'm very grateful that a friend of mine came here, someone who I haven't connected or talked to for 2 years, and it was such a good timing. Right now we have two houses here because I have my kids at the other house, and I decided I don't want to talk to Eli or try to get aligned with him. I just want to have some time for myself. So I thought I'm gonna walk to the other house and then just cry. I just want to cry because I have so much emotions going on, and I think talking to Eli will just trigger it and we'll just end up fighting even more. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna walk to the other house and start just allow myself to cry, pour all the pain, the hurt, and the anger out. And going there, I bumped into my friend and we just started talking, and I was expressing to her how I'm very upset. I'm annoyed to the point of being so angry, but I just choose to be there so at least I can just cry it out, and how I'm grateful that I was able to bump into her and to have someone there with me that I can talk to and be there for me to just hold space. And I was surprised by her reaction and what she said. She was like, wow, it made me feel emotional right now to see you in that situation, Gladys, because I look at you and I thought you are amazing and you have such an amazing relationship, that everything is perfect within your relationship, that nothing's going on, that both of you are able to just navigate challenges very well. Versus me, I'm going through a lot of challenges in my relationship like every day, and I feel like, what's wrong with me? But seeing you right now and knowing that you're also experiencing the same challenges, it made me feel like, okay, this is normal. Having fights in the relationship is normal, and I know I can also get over this. So I was so surprised and very happy that she gave me that comment, I didn't realize that maybe because I'm doing relationship coaching or I talk in YouTube, some of my friends think that I have it all figured out. Not at all. That's not true. And even if I already know all the basics. I have different frameworks that I usually use when navigating challenges. I am still human. I still have emotion. I still feel hurt. When I get negative comment in YouTube, it still affects me. But I'm glad that I was able to have all the tools in my tool belt to be able to navigate those emotions instead of reacting and commenting back to the people who's like attacking me. I just try to breathe in and breathe out all the negative comment and just send compassion. Like, you know what? Maybe they're triggered by what I just said and they're expressing how it affects them in a way that, you know, allow them to release those emotion. And it just so happened that it was me, and I just will not take it personally. I'll just let them be, and I don't have to really take it personally. So, just trying to navigate those emotions, but still it affects me. Still, even though I'm a relationship coach, I still struggle in my relationship, and that what fuels me to learn even more, understand even more what it takes to have a co-committed relationship, what it takes to have a conscious relationship, what it takes to really be fully close with someone to really have a thriving relationship. Because I'm in a relationship and I love this relationship and I want this to, I want it to last. So, and I take 100% responsibility in co-creating the relationship, as well as, if something goes wrong, I don't just blame my partner. I try to be 100% responsible for creating the situation. And it also helps me like reflecting on how can I be a better human being. I have this partner right now who serves as my mirror. Like, if I hurt him, if he reacted negatively, what's there to learn from me? How could I express myself better that won't hurt him? How could I express my desire better to someone so that there's no misunderstanding? The art chairs, I am so grateful for you. I really love that you've been very engaged in this live stream and inviting everyone. Please engage in the chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts and how you're feeling right now. The art chairs, I think I would find surfing energizing. I will be visiting Siargao later in the year and think surfing with its connection to nature in the ocean would be good therapy, even if you are okay to start. I love surfing and I totally get you. I'm not a good surfer, but I can ride a wave at least, so I'm getting better. And I feel like if I live in Siargao for a long time, I'm really going to be a great surfer. I love surfing. Even just the idea of it, it really calms me already. And totally, it's like a therapy. It's like you're in a meditative state. You're just surfing and riding the wave. Oh my god, I miss surfing. I would love to visit Siargao again. It was such a great experience being there with Leia, Maya, and Shay and surfing together with them. Oh, that was the best, one of the best memory for 2024, and I can't wait to have those moments and those experiences with the girls again. I miss them. We're all here in Dumaguete, but it's very rare for us to come together. Miss them. What do you define as a co-committed relationship? I love that question. Thank you, Ari, for asking that. For me, co-committed relationship is when two person come into the relationship bringing their 100%, which means, because sometimes when you're in a relationship, you think like, okay, I'm gonna put put my 50% here, and I expect you to give 50% as well. So if I'm gonna clean the dishes, you do that, you do this. So there's that agreement. But for me, if you're in a relationship, you should bring 100% all the time. So, when a problem arises, you don't just blame the other person. Even if it feels like the other person is to blame, but how you react to him, how you react to the situation, that already makes you part of what's going on. And when the other person is also down, if both of you are bringing in 100%, if the other person is at 30%, so at least you can bring in the 70, you can fill it up, so both of you can have, still a balanced relationship. The opposite of a co-committed is entangled relationship, or the power struggle. If you're entangled in the relationship, what's the other term? I forgot. It's like you cannot decide on your own without worrying about what the other person thinks about. So that's the opposite. But if you're in a co-committed relationship, you are your own person. You are your individual self. You know what you want, you can express what you want, and you're able to say it to your partner from a place of not really asking for approval, but mostly for alignment. It doesn't mean that you just do whatever you do without caring for your partner. It just means that you are not seeking for their approval for you to do what you want. Let's say, for example, like, I want to start my YouTube channel because this is something that I feel like would be very helpful for me to express my learning, be able to connect with people, help and support. If people can resonate with what I'm talking about, it makes me feel fulfilled. It makes me feel that I'm living a meaningful life if I'm able to share the learnings that I have, and knowing that other people are having some, able to benefit from it. So instead of waiting for my partner to say, hey, are you okay with me? Like, will you approve that I'm doing this YouTube channel? Instead of thinking about it like that, I'm able to just express it to him, say why I want it and why it's important for me. Hear his thoughts, but not really make it, not a, hear his thoughts and just be able to listen to it without reflecting or without reacting. Just see it as another perspective from another person. So being able to come in to a relationship as your own self, because I did it in the past where there's a lot of things that I want to do, even as simple as meeting my friends. In my previous relationship, I feel like, oh, I cannot meet my friends because it's so selfish. I just have to work and then come home and tend to my family. Friends are not in the picture anymore. And I'm thinking that from a place of, because that's what my partner expects me to do. And sometimes it's surprising. Our partner is not even thinking about that. Our partner is probably also wanting to go out and meet their friends, not be with you all the time. But in a codependent relationship, you have such entanglement like that. Like, you cannot, sometimes you even forget who you are when you're that entangled. You cannot make your own decision. But in a co-committed relationship, you are in a sacred union together. You are together, and the two of you together bring 100%. You have 200% fully committed in the relationship. But even without the other person, even with the absence of the other person, you're still whole. You're still you. You're still able to navigate life. So that's what I meant by a co-committed relationship. The art chair, one of the original Australian longboarders used to call surfing, worshipping in the church of the open sky. That's what I think is sacred about surfing, that immediacy with a wave in the moment. I love that. Worshipping in the church of the open sky. It's amazing. I love that. I can imagine that. You seem to really be very passionate about surfing. I'm excited for you to come back here in the Philippines and to be in Siargao. I think you would really love it. My coffee is now cold. Ah, just appreciating again the beauty of this place. So nice. I I really I'm inviting all of you, if you haven't taken a moment to be in nature, carve out some time in your life to just walk and to just observe and to just look at around you. Even just the sky, like wow, the sky right now is so beautiful. It's clear blue sky. I love the patterns of the clouds and seeing the mountains. Earlier it was so clear, now it's covered by clouds and just it allowed me to reflect on life. Sometimes life is so good, everything is clear, everything is going well. There are also times that it gets cloudy, like you're so unclear of what to do next, giving you a lot of anxiety. But then remembering that, life goes in phases. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's up. And just life must go on and just be in the moment and trust that it will not last for long and you'll be able to figure it out. I'd love to answer questions from all of you. If you have any. Alright. So where will you take your life coaching? Will you set up an office and form a business plan, hire others, or just do a coaching yourself? I'm actually doing a coaching right now, and not life, because life is so broad and there are definitely parts of life that I am not an expert about or haven't really dived deep into that. But I specifically coach, I'm a relationship coach. So I love to coach people in terms of relationship. May it be attracting the right partner, what are the mindset, the actions that you can do for you to be able to attract the right relationship, teaching what are the foundational things that you could develop, and also, if you just had a breakup, how to go through it, how to rebuild yourself from that painful breakup in the relationship. And again, like how can you, if you're in a relationship, how to develop more intimacy and connection with your partner, especially if you're already a long-term partner. And I love talking about that topic because I've dived deep into that for personal reason, being in a relationship myself and wanting to have a thriving relationship. And I learned so much. I remember a couple years ago, I was in so much pain. I had, oh my God, a fly in my eyes. I had this misalignment with Eli, and I decided to go to the river and just cry it out. And then it hit me like, wow, if I haven't had any learnings from the mentors and the teachers that I follow who are expert in relationship, maybe I would crush already in this moment. But remembering all the teachings that they imparted to me and having all the tools in navigating, it made me feel confident that, this is just one of those moments in a relationship where I can see this as an opportunity. And back then, not investing in learning about relationship or understanding, I had a very toxic relationship for 6 years with a kid's dad, and that's because I know nothing about relationship. The only thing that I know about relationship is what I heard from my parents, what I see in social media, and what I, experience around me. But there's so much deeper layer to understand in relationship, and it can be challenging, but if you're really committed to it, you will feel that hope. You will feel confidence even when you know what you can do. And I started the relationship coaching. I was putting a lot of energy and time last year, and I'm grateful to be able to coach and work with multiple clients last year. It also helped me to improve and gain a lot of learnings as well. If you're a, and again, for relationship coaching, my goal is to help you find the answer within yourself. Because as I've said earlier, sometimes we go through those challenges and we just need a person to hold space for us to process the emotion, the thoughts. And most of us, we don't have that person to confine to. We don't have that person who can hold space for us without judgment. So that's my goal. That's my role in some of my coaching, is just to allow you to express what's going on and ask good question that gets you thinking. Is this a situation that I want to be stuck with? What is it that I can learn from this situation? What other story can I make that would make me feel better, that would help me be out of this situation? So those are the kinds of questions that I ask, I do. But this year, I actually changed my approach. Before, I'm just open to coach anyone. But it's also draining for me when I'm coaching someone who I can see is not really ready yet. Coaching someone who's really stuck into the victim mindset, who's really stuck in like trying to blame other people, someone who's not willing to take 100% ownership of the situation. So I realized that this time, you know what, if I'm gonna coach someone, I want that person to be really ready to also own their mistake and not just blame other people and just use me as a sounding board. Like, sure, I can give that space, but I'm also going to be hitting you with questions that would allow you to reflect. And if you don't have that, if you're not ready for that, if you don't want to take full ownership of your life and of your relationship, then I don't think we're gonna be a good match when it comes to coaching. And I find it really fulfilling as well and meaningful when I'm able to help someone, when I'm able to coach someone and let them know when they have this aha moment of like, wow, I never thought of that, and now I realize this is the pattern that I'm doing. No wonder I'm not able to attract the right partner. Or like, wow, now I know myself more, I know myself better, and I feel like I'm more confident that I can have a more clear definition of what an ideal partner is for me. It's just so fulfilling for me if I'm able to help someone in that regards. And usually for my coaching, I invite people to email me in Gladys on Love. Some also reach out to me via my Facebook group, Gladys on Love in Facebook. And I usually just ask them 2 questions for me to also filter if is this a person that I can actually help. I don't just accept people if I know they're going through so much, and if I don't have the ability to help them, I don't take those kind of clients. I just make sure that it's a client that I'm able to support as well. And it's been working. Then I just go on a discovery call for 30 minutes, and that's free because it's different when you're chatting versus when you're actually talking to someone. So I like to get to know them. I like to talk to them, and it's virtual. We do this via Zoom or Google Meets, depending on what they prefer. Sometimes if they don't have access to that, in Messenger we jump on a call. And to start with, if you before you work with me, I always offer at least a discovery call for 30 minutes so I can understand you better and see what is your goal, where are you at right now, where do you feel stuck in this moment, and how do you want your life to be moving forward. And also to feel the energy and the vibe. Do we have a great connection? Because as what Art said, it's hard. A relationship is very personal, and you would only and it's so important to be talking to someone that you can trust. And I really would love to build the trust first before jumping into like really going down and working with a client. So I want there to be a trust for me to them and them to me. Dr. Scott, your teachings seem to be that marriage and deep love relationship are actually a long conversation. When entering a kind of relationship you hope to inculcate in your clients, one should ask the question, do you think you will be able to have a good conversation with this woman right into old age? Everything else in marriage is transitory, but most of the time in interaction is spent in conversation. I deeply believe, thank you, Dr. Scott, for sharing your thoughts. And yes, the greatest takeaway for me is that when you're in a relationship, and any relationship, may it be marriage, like boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, colleagues, family relationship, having the ability to communicate well, communication skill is very vital. It's so important to be able to express yourself, be able to listen well to the other person. And a lot of people, I just was noticing that in our language here in Philippines, there's a lot of dialect, and one of the dialect which I speak is Cebuano or Bisaya. And I noticed that there's so many emotions or words, or there's not even words in Bisaya that I can express how I feel. So that's already a barrier there. If there's no word for that, how can you possibly express it? Like most people here, using my dialect, they're having a hard time expressing their emotion because there's just no words for it. That's why I prefer English, and I've tried to expand more my vocabulary, because words are like spell. It casts energy. If you're upset with your partner, you can either use the word "I'm really angry at you," or you can use the word "I am upset. I feel irritated." And then, you notice the energy. If you use the word anger, it's so powerful. If you use the word like upset and annoyed, it's a little bit lighter. So choosing the kind of words that you're using with talking to someone is also very, very helpful. And I'm being mindful of those kind of words, and I also try to guide some of my clients to be mindful of what are the words that they're using, what are the story that they're making in their mind, because those words, those story actually create a certain emotion and feeling, and through that emotion you act. So if you think you're angry and you have all these thoughts that makes you angry, then of course your action will be from a place of anger. And we already know what it looks like. It's gonna be chaotic. You're gonna have an argument with your partner. You'll be yelling, shouting at each other and stuff like that. But if you're feeling like, oh, I'm irritated right now and there's something that I want to clear with my partner, then you try, then your action will be better. Your action will be like, hey, let's talk. I'm feeling irritated. There's something that I want to clear. Also, having different frameworks that you can use to start a conversation. Because sometimes, okay, I'm already upset. Both of us are upset. How can we be connected? And I learned this from the workshop that I joined, and also from, who is it? Catherine and Gay Hendricks, who wrote the book Conscious Loving. They're both amazing mentors that I've followed, and they're using the framework clearing method. Like, if you're misaligned with your partner, you use clearing method to be connected. And in the clearing method, you say what's the fact, the inarguable, and then you tell the story, and then you ask for what you want, and then the other person would have to repeat it. And I'm so surprised that in my relationship and even with my clients, sometimes we're having a hard time separating the facts to the story. Let's say, for example, the facts would be, we are talking and you pull your phone out in the middle of our conversation. That's the fact. And then the story would be, I feel you don't love me, or you're interested in a conversation because you pull out your phone. You much more talk to someone in the phone than to me. But sometimes when I ask clients what's going on, they directly go to the story and think that the story is true because it's true to them. But again, we have to learn how to separate facts and the story. And most of the time, it's not really what happened that caused you so much pain, that caused the problem. It's the story that we're making in our mind. And yeah, I'm very fascinated about relationship, and it's just so interesting to also observe, other people navigate this life, navigate this dynamic or this part of their life. Hi Knox, it's nice to have you here. I just watched a recent video on physical intimacy related to the topic. I have a question. Do Kegel exercise help improve man's sexual function? Definitely. I think doing those, especially I haven't really read about Kegel for men. I'm mostly using Kegel for me to help me with my pelvic floor and to strengthen that area of my body. It's like, if you want to have a full energy and if you want to be vital, you do some exercises. And most often we just focus on exercising like our back, our hips, our arms. But there's also that part of our body that needs to be exercised. We need it to be strong. We need it to build some strength. So Kegel exercises are good for that. And I think that also connects to that applies to men, knowing that in the intimate moment, if you're having sex with your partner, men are usually the drivers. So you need to be strong in that area. And yes, Kegel exercises are good for your pelvic floor to have a more strength and vitality in that place. And there's a lot of Kegel exercises tutorials. Mostly it's about breathing as well, just breathing, holding it in, and then releasing, relaxing. And if I'm imagining it from a man's perspective, it helps to, if you do the Kegel exercise and you learn the rhythm of the breathing from the Kegel, it helps you to last longer in bed because you know how to control ejaculation. You're able to hold that. I think that would be helpful. Thank you, Knox, thank you for asking that question. Appreciate that. Oh, all right. That's I think that would be it for today's live stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here, for jumping in, for the conversation. Shout out to the art chairs. I'm really happy and I'm so glad that you've been so engaged all throughout this live stream and for sticking around. And to everyone who's here, who asked questions, who engaged in the chat, thank you, thank you, thank you. And see you again in my next live stream. I do this live stream once a month. I want to do it more, and if I have more flexibility and free time, I definitely would allocate that in engaging more with you. And if you're someone who are curious and interested in talking to a relationship coach, feel free to reach out to me through my email gladysonlove@gmail.com. You can see that in my summary or bio in YouTube as well. Hope to connect with you there and hope that we can also work together. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day or evening wherever you are right now. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Take care. Alright, let's see how can I. Here we go.